this Sunfresh at 31st and Prospect is struggling. This is the first section people see when they come in. There's barely any produce.
Government in Kansas City. They tried that government-run grocery store. It failed. I mean, this is what's going to happen if you get Zohran Mamdani there in New York City, who wants to have, government-run grocery stores.
Is this like federal government or state?
No, it's their state and local governments. I mean, that's the whole deal. They want to have,
I mean, liquor stores. Some of the
the mayor doesn't have any choice.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's a different deal.
Oh.
And it ain't a good deal either. I mean, if you go to the ABC store in a place like Alabama or wherever, those are still government. They're getting the government tax money off your liquor. It kills private enterprise. Because again, it's a government-controlled liquor store. Do they keep it well stocked? Yeah, of course they do, because it's a moneymaker for them. But when you're talking about government-run grocery stores, this is going to be problematic. That's what Zohran Mamdani is running on. That's one of his platforms there in New York if he becomes mayor. This is communist Russia. Anybody that's ever, and I've been to Moscow. I know what it's like to stand in line for something. Back in '94, right after the fall of communism, they were still standing in line waiting on their food, the meat hanging up in the one window. I mean, I can't imagine eating that fly-infested crap. But I want you to play this clip right here.
It's clear this Sunfresh at 31st and Prospect is struggling. This is the first section people see when they come in. There's barely any produce. A lot of the coolers and shelves around the store look the same way, empty. So shoppers have been asking us, if the store isn't closing, then where's all the food? A rotten smell comes through the door, and anywhere you turn, you'll see products that need to be restocked. No hot food or deli.
I watch people walk in and walk out.
The grocery store has received financial assistance from the city, but has been unable to keep those shelves stocked. An area that in the past has often been referred to as a food desert.
Yeah.
Around here, a good thing don't last too long.
And it will impact a lot of people and a lot of families.
The city owns the Linwood Shopping Center. A nonprofit operates the grocery store. It's clear this Sunfresh at 30.
I mean, from the gutter to the butter.
Okay, so a nonprofit runs the grocery store. So they rely on donations to that grocery store.
But the city owns it.
Yeah, they own
the city owns the grocery store. The city owns a nonprofit. That whole thing. Again, you could call it a nonprofit or whatever, whether it's a donation. I mean, if it's government run, it's still there's no such thing as government funded. Even the government runs on donations. That's called tax dollars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, to dissect the word, yeah, but it is up to the people to pay for it. And if you got a government-run deal, you're going to have empty shelves.
I like the idea of, a lot of the churches, man, when we lived in Florida, every church had a food pantry, and on Saturdays, the lines out, people just line up for free groceries. They were giving them away.
Well, if you can keep that supply going. I mean, we had a church that had I pastored a church that had a
But that's
food
relying
bank.
on community, not state and federal.
Yes and no, it is. But, there were things that what we would do is we had people who went out and collected the day-old bread or the stuff that they were throwing out, because there is a lot of waste and there were a lot of things. We always, we had food pantries in multiple churches where I was at. But again, you can't rely on that, because if the donations don't come in, they're not going to be there. The problem is when you have a government run, which is what Zohran Mamdani is running on in New York City, is you're going to have the haves and the have-nots, and the have-nots are going to suffer severely, because you don't have benevolent dictators. There's no such thing, and that's the problem with socialism. Socialism sounds great as a community-led thing. People talk about the book of Acts, where it says that the church came together and they all shared in everything freely. And people say, see, that's socialism. Well, it's not, because it wasn't the state involved with it. It wasn't the government. It was compassionate individual charity. That's one thing. But when the state gets involved, you don't have anything such as a benevolent dictator, because as soon as the person rises to the top, he's going to take all of the power, because that's and all of the resources, because that's what greed does.
Yeah, and those churches are not mandated by the state or the government.
Right, because
it's voluntary to help somebody. You're going to have compassionate people. Yeah, you're going to have people that ain't going to help nobody ever.
Well, you have one thing. You can You can elevate individual charity, or you can elevate the state. One is going to be, one, you're elevating God and his compassion that he's placed inside of you. That's one thing. But if you're elevating the state to the point of godhood and you're expecting the state to take care of everybody, it just simply doesn't work. And that Kansas City grocery store is a perfect example of why Zohran Mamdani needs to lose, and lose big, in New York. Because it's one thing for it to happen in Kansas City. It's another thing for it to be mandated all the way across New York City, where you got a city of 11 million people, 12 million people, whatever the thing is right now.